I could serve all of those around me, which is what I wanted to do in an even better way. And I didn't have the same struggles that I had before. And yet it was almost as if I didn't want to identify as that new person with those new abilities that I had, because I would not blend in, right? I would not be like everybody else. I would not have those same challenges that everybody else had. But my friend, you're not meant to. You're meant to be beautiful and to fly. And adopting that identity and being a model for what is possible instead of trying to go back and fit in.
Welcome to Becoming Tantalum with me, Megan Bennell. Discover your brightest self in a journey of transformation and resilience. Let's embark on this path together, starting now.
Hey, my fabulous listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Becoming Tantalum, the podcast where we turn dreams into actions and actions into success. For those of you that are tuning in for your very first episode, I love mixing in my episodes a little raw truth and a dash of humor and a whole lot of scientific nerdiness to help you become the best version of yourself. So I'm your host and life coach, Megan Bennell. And today we're going to dive into a fascinating and messy process of transformation. So get ready for some real talk about becoming who you want to be. So, all right, let's start with a metaphor that we all might know, but might not fully appreciate. And that is a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And this process is called metamorphosis, and it is downright messy. We'll get to that in a second. So let's start with the obvious. A caterpillar's job is to just learn and grow and survive. But it is born with the purpose of transformation. It's not intended to stay as a caterpillar. So it needs to grow and learn and survive until the time comes for it to transform and become an amazing butterfly that flies, right? Hence the term butterfly. So you are no different. You are born with everything you need to learn and to grow and to survive and to go through a transformation into the person that you are meant to be, who has a beautiful purpose and can reach incredible heights in your life. So that transformation process, it's messy. Whether you're a caterpillar or whether you're a person, it doesn't matter. The caterpillar basically, if you're unfamiliar with this, becomes a pile of goo before it transforms into a butterfly. It's uncomfortable, it's chaotic, but it's absolutely necessary for the transformation. And this is so true of us as well. As the American author Joseph Campbell said, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And so the caterpillar's cave, if you will, is its chrysalis. And it has to embrace that really scary, gooey process in order for it to emerge as a butterfly. And that, my friend, is you as well. You need to empower yourself with the tools that you need to completely transform. You need to face the fears that you have in order to come out flying on the other side. You need to practice and envelop yourself in the habits and the skills that are necessary for you to emerge ready to fly as a beautiful butterfly. So in case you're unfamiliar with what actually is happening during metamorphosis, let me break this down for you. So this is a really odd and uncomfortable process. So from a biological standpoint, during metamorphosis, enzymes break down the caterpillar into this sort of biological soup, if you will. And then it reconfigures all of those molecules into the structure of a butterfly. And that radical transformation, the process of breaking it all the way down into this yucky muck and then rebuilding it into something totally new, is the perfect analogy, I think, for personal growth. There's been a ton of research that's been done in psychology that shows that significant personal change often requires a period of a lot of discomfort and even disarray, hence that biological goo, where old habits and old ways of thinking are completely deconstructed before you have new ones that can be built. And I am 100% encouraging you to go through that messy, yucky, gooey transformation. But wait, that's not enough. There's more. So a little personal insight into this. I used to be I would still like to say that I'm a pretty sensitive person, but now it's in a way that's serving me. But I used to be a sensitive person, heavy people pleaser, like to the max. So I relied so heavily on my value and my identity being tied to what people thought of me, how I made people feel, how people included me in their lives, right? I had lots of good intentions in that, but it wasn't serving me in any way. And I had to go through a pretty heavy transformation of completely changing some underlying beliefs and habits that I had and my process of thinking and what I allowed my resources to be given out to in order to transform into a person that stood strong on her own, could still love just absolutely unconditionally and cared so incredibly deeply for people. But because I transformed into somebody that managed my mind and could control my thoughts and my emotions and carefully dueled out the resources that I had, I could serve those people in my life even better than I did before. And so that transformation, that's not where we stop, but that transformation was super icky, yucky, uncomfortable in so many ways. But emerging from that, I would like to say that I was this beautiful butterfly that walked. Now, here's the kicker. So, when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it has to embrace that new identity. It went through that transformation process, icky, icky, sticky, ucky, whatever. But a butterfly isn't designed to crawl like a caterpillar. It's not even designed to walk, right? It's built to fly. In fact, have you ever actually seen a butterfly walk? It is so cumbersome and awkward, right? Like it has these big, beautiful, amazing wings that it's trying to balance on these little tiny legs. It's just not its intended mode of transportation. So, can it walk? Yes. But was it designed to do that well? Absolutely not. And can you imagine a butterfly going through that messy transformation process of metamorphosis just to struggle at being a prettier caterpillar, if you will? It's ridiculous. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And yet, so many of us do this. We hustle through our struggles. We attempt the best attempt that we can give at transformation on our own. And we're still trying to do the things that we're not meant to do. We're not embracing and putting to use anything that we learned during our transformation. That's not what we're meant to do. There have been a ton of studies in behavioral psychology that highlight the importance of identifying in your behavior change. So once you adopt a new identity, you go through a transformation as a purpose, your actions will naturally align with your new identity after you've learned those tools and those skills and transformed. The deal is you need to not resist that change, your transformation, your purpose. And so if you see yourself as a flyer rather than a prettier crawler, then you'll start acting like one. And so you can't spin your wheels trying to become this perfect walker as a butterfly, right? You have to embrace the new you and soar. And I remember when I finally felt like I had a really good handle on managing myself and self-care for myself and being selfish to a point that I was selfless because I took such great care of my thoughts and actions and habits and me that I could serve all of those around me, which is what I wanted to do in an even better way. And I didn't have the same struggles that I had before. And yet it was almost as if I didn't want to identify as that new person with those new abilities that I had because I would not blend in, right? I would not be like everybody else. I would not have those same challenges that everybody else had. But my friend, you're not meant to. You're meant to be beautiful and to fly and adopting that identity and being a model for what is possible instead of trying to go back and fit in. Let's back up and talk a little bit about hustling through your struggle. So, I think there's this pervasive idea in our society that if you are in a struggle, a stuck point in life, the harder you hustle, the better it's going to get, right? And so you'll hear people say that all the time like, "Oh, it's hard, but like I'm working through it. I'm digging in. I'm digging deep." Like, no, what you're doing is just hustling in your struggle. And we feel like if we hustle harder, that we're going to break through. And so many of us see that hustle in our current life as it is as doing the best that we can. But I'd like to offer that hustling through the struggle without embracing the transformation that you need to go through, and then the new identity that you have, is like being a caterpillar trying to crawl its way into flight. It's never going to happen. It's exhausting. And ultimately, it's entirely futile. It reminds me of a quote by Albert Einstein. He had said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you are hustling without transforming in your life right now, tomorrow's going to look the exact same as today. And a week from now is going to look the exact same as today. And a month from now is going to look just like today. 10 years from now will look just like today. That to me is insanity. We are meant to transform. We are meant to fly. You can't hustle and expect different results without transformation. So your hustling isn't going to turn you into a butterfly. It's just going to make you die as a hustling, struggling caterpillar. Research on burnout, which is a big term that comes along with the hustle and the bustle and, quote unquote, digging deep, but in your current struggle, shows that a constant hustle without effective change, that transformation, leads just to physical and mental exhaustion. In fact, the American Psychological Association found that chronic stress from overworking, this is like a rising epidemic in our society, can lead to burnout and decreased productivity and even health issues. So you're dying as a struggling caterpillar, right? It's the transformation and it's the decision to embrace that new you that yields the results that you want. It starts inside of you, your mind, your practices, your priorities, you. It starts with you. And then that change completely metamorphosizes the outside, what you see in your life, the life that you live. So where do you start with this, right? So the first thing is it really depends on where you are. The first step is identifying that stage. So all of us were created to fly, to transform into our own beautiful, unique butterfly. So where are you in that process? Are you a caterpillar that's just learning and growing and surviving? Or have you recognized that it's time to level up and you're working on rebuilding from the inside out? You're working on that transformation process. Maybe you're putting in the time and the effort to learning the tools and the skills that you need to be the best version of you. Or have you already learned those, right? You've already gone through the transformation process and you're uncomfortable with using your new self to achieve your dreams and to live out your purpose. Are you a caterpillar? Are you in the messy goo? Or are you a walking butterfly? So identifying where you are is step one. The next step is to embrace exactly where you are. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing's gone wrong here. And recognize what you are supposed to be doing at that stage. So if you are still a caterpillar, what more do you need to learn? How much more do you need to grow before you're ready to transform? If you're hustling your way through your struggle, my friends, it's transformation time. That's a hint. But if you really, truly are still learning and growing, then do that, right? If you are in the chrysalis, you're in this messy goo working on rebuilding you into your best self. Are you stuck in that goo stage? What have you tried? What do you need help with to make your transformation complete? Or if you're a walking butterfly, what's holding you back from using your wings to fly? You're right there. Your transformation is complete. So what do you need to take flight? So step two is fully embracing the stage that you're at, recognizing what you need to do in your current stage so that you're ready to move on. And then step three is you got to do it. You need to learn and grow. Do it. You need to transform. Do it. You need to take flight. Do it. That's what I want for all of you. Every single one of you. That's what I want you to have. I have confidence in you. Yes, you specifically, that you can do this. And if there's something that you need to learn, something that you need help with, then get that so that you can move on to that next stage, so that you can eventually take flight. If you feel as though you're stuck in your current stage, my friend, ask yourself this honest question. Can I do this on my own? Look at your past, look at your habits. look at the soil that you're living in, look at your village, look at your attempts. And if the honest answer is no, I don't think I can do this on my own, then find the help that you need. Do you not know what you need to learn and grow? Do you not know the tools and the skills that you need to transform? Do you not know how to take flight? And if you think that that's something that I can help you with, let's chat. Reach out. Let's talk about where you are, what your current struggles are, what's keeping you from embracing who you are. Let's talk about moving forward from exactly where you are. You are all meant to be the most beautiful and unique butterfly that's flying in life. And if you're not there, let's get you there. And I don't say this often on the show. I often just give out, all of the concepts so that you can take and apply them. But I really do believe that there is a lot of value in the transformation process and in the learning to take flight process, or even just in making that decision to take this step into your next stage. So maybe you're ready for transformation, you're ready to take flight, and you just don't know what that looks like or how to do that. Reach out. Okay. If you're ready for different results, reach out. The first step is always just a super simple chat. Totally free. I help you figure out exactly where you are, where you want to be, help you build that bridge that's going to get you there. So if that's you and you're interested in just having a chat, reach out. You can find me on the socials at Tantalum Coaching. You can visit my website, tantalumcoaching.com, or you can just shoot me a text. I'm super happy to set aside some time and we can just chat. My phone number, if you want to text or call, is 909-855-4755. And if you don't know how to spell Tantalum Coaching, that's TANTALUM Coaching. My friend, I want you, whatever it looks like, whatever that path looks like, whether it's on your own, with help, chatting with me, I want you to do this for you, for those closest to you in life, for your dreams, because you are meant to fly as an amazing butterfly that you were born to be. Just like a caterpillar is never meant to die as a caterpillar. Caterpillars are meant to transform into a beautiful butterfly that takes flight. So too are you. So remember, transformation can be uncomfortable and it can be messy, but it's the only path to becoming who you are truly meant to be. Don't hustle through your struggle as a caterpillar. The only thing that will result is you dying as a hustling, struggling caterpillar. Instead, embrace the goo and emerge as a beautiful, magnificent butterfly that you were meant to be. Thank you for tuning in this week to Becoming Tantalum. And if you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, share it with somebody that you think needs to hear it and needs a little bit of encouragement to embrace their own metamorphosis. And until next time, my friends, keep growing and glowing. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining me today. If you want to take all of these concepts and tools to a deeper level, apply them to your life, and watch the transformation happen, I would love for you to join the Tantalum Tribe. That's a monthly membership where all of our community has access to live coaching, self-paced courses, guest coaches, podcast study guides, anonymous question boards, and more. You too can transform your life using the tools and strategies that we have with accountability built in from our community. I really hope that you join us at tantalumcoaching.com. That's TANTALUM coaching.com. Just click join the tribe. I can't wait to see you in there.
An Ironic Media production. Visit us at ironickmedia.com.